everyone. Hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, and washing your hands. So for today's Tinkercad tutorial, we're going to be learning about making models that have holes cut out of them. So for this model, we're going to be making a bookmark. If you couldn't tell from my profile picture, I'm a Harry Potter fan. So for our bookmark today, we'll be making the Deathly Hallows sign. It's a popular symbol from the Harry Potter series, and it looks like this. If you're feeling a little daring, you can try to make your own design, but I chose the Deathly Hallows because it's a good model to learn about how to make holes in your model. If this is your first time joining us, you can try clicking this video here, where we'll go over how to make an account and how to maneuver around the Tinkercad environment.
Okay, let's get started. So we'll begin with making the Deathly Hallows sign. We're going to do this in 3 main steps. First, let's start with this triangle shape. On the right side, we can see the polygon shape. Let's drag it over to the middle of the workspace. Since we're making a triangle, let's click here to open this menu if it isn't opened already, and set the sides to 3. Let's adjust the view a little so that we can get our model in a good angle. Let's use this top white dot to make the triangle a little flatter. If we hold down the Shift key while dragging this corner white dot, we can keep the shape the same while making our triangle bigger. Let's learn about holes now. Up until now, all we've been doing is adding shapes. There's also a way in Tinkercad to remove material. The basic idea behind this is to create a shape and turn it into a hole that will carve away from anything solid it's touching. Let's use this triangle as an example. Let's copy using Ctrl-C and paste using Ctrl-V our triangle to create another one the exact same size. Let's shrink it a little bit using the corner white dot and holding the Shift key. Let's go to this view so that we can make sure that our new smaller triangle is taller than the original one. Alright, let's return to the top view now. Let's drag the smaller triangle over so that it looks about centered with the larger one. Over here, let's click this button. It turns the selected shape into a hole. Now, to actually carve out of the original triangle, we have to do what's called grouping. This means that Tinkercad will treat the grouped objects like a single one. It's also good for making holes. So we'll click on one of the triangles, then we'll hold Shift, and click the other triangle. This selects both of them. Now we'll come over here and click. This will group them. Great, now we have our triangle. Quick note, if you're having trouble centering your triangles, or it is difficult to make out how large your triangles are, you can click this button over here. This new view is called orthographic, and it shows everything on a 2D plane. If you change the view to the top, it can be way easier to see how the shapes look. Anyway, let's get back to this. Next, we're going to add our circle. Let's start with dragging over a cylinder and centering it inside the triangle. First, before we do anything else, we need to make sure our cylinder is touching all the sides of the triangle. Let's do this by orbiting around. If it's not touching on all sides of the triangle, make the cylinder just a little bit bigger. Now, just like before, to make this shape a circle outline, we're going to add another smaller cylinder and make it a hole. So let's drag over the cylinder, resize it to be a little smaller than the original cylinder, and make it taller, and drag it to center over the other cylinder. This is where the benefits of orthographic view come in. From this view, it looks like our new cylinder is way bigger than the old one. But if we change our view, it clearly shows that it isn't. Using orthographic view gets rid of this illusion. Now, it's easier to center it accurately using the arrow keys. Now, just like before, let's make it a hole and group it with the other cylinder. Now, let's do the last part of the Deathly Hallows and add the line. This step is much simpler. Let's drag in a cube and change the size in a way to make it look more like a line. Now let's drag it over to finish our symbol. Looks great. If we change our view, we can see that it is way too tall for a bookmark. Let's click on each object and change the height. Now the last part for a bookmark is the part that'll mark the book. Let's drag over another cube. Let's stretch it out to make it the right size, and let's flatten it out to make it level with the rest of the bookmark. I think it is important to note that Tinkercad shows us all of these different colors so that it's easier to look at the different shapes. If we did print this, it would be all in one color.
And that's it. Looks good. Please share a picture once you make this model on Tinkercad. I'd love to hear from you, so please let me know if there's anything you'd like to learn, and I'll try to include it in my next video. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.